Buddy Rob Hogue here, Bass Talker Fishing. Today I'm going to do a product review, again, because it's cold and I'm not fishing. I might fish one more time, actually. We'll see. But today I'm going to do a product review on something that I was very, very skeptical of when I first saw it. And even after I saw it for a while, I saw guys in tournaments using it and I was kind of just, I didn't buy into it. And what I'm talking about is G-Juice by TH Marine. I figured I can manage my fish, I can pump water out, pump new water in, peroxide, make sure my live wells are clean, all this stuff. And I still had some fish die. I didn't have a ton of fish die throughout the season, but I did have fish die. So I was like, you know what, let me buy a couple bottles. So I bought 2 bottles of G-Juice, and I had it for 2 tournaments. The first tournament kind of went off without a hitch. It wasn't really, nothing really happened to make me think anything else. And I was fishing in the late fall on the Hudson River, so the water's cold. You don't really have live well issues when it's cold like that. But the second tournament, I fished with JF Fishing 18 on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. We fished a team tournament on the Hudson River. So we get to our first spot, and this is how I'm gonna show you why I think G-Juice works. I'm just gonna tell you a story about what happened. For those of you who know, I have a Skeeter ZX250. I have live well switches, open and shut, on the side back there. I'm just gonna let you know that before we get into the story. So we get to our first spot, like third cast of the day. I catch one that's almost 4 pounds. Awesome, great way to start the day. So I already have about half my live well full because I leave my switches open. So I go in there, put the fish in, shut the live well, pump on, auto, go back to fishing. We fish for a while. Okay, let's move. So we crank up the motor, run down the river, probably 10 to 15 minutes to get from the spot we were at to the second spot we were fishing. And me, I have an extreme problem with always checking my fish in the live well. Probably way too much. So we come down off plane, I start idling in the back into this creek, I turn around, open my live well. There is my 4-pounder laying on the bottom of my live well with no water in it. And now I'm flipping out. I'm like, what the heck? I just killed this freaking fish. We just made a 10-15 minute run, and that fish was at least without water for 5 minutes. Because what I think had happened was when we launched, it was 22 degrees. So, and those switches close the live wells at the bottom of the aft bottom of the boat, below the transom where the screens are, where it drains as well. And I think what had happened was it was so cold they were just froze open. So when I closed them, they didn't really close. So when I got on plane, that water started pouring out the back. Then when I started idling, a little bit of water was trickling in, but it's not like I was stopped where water could flow in like fluidly. Because a lot of times if you're sitting still and you have that open, it'll fill up almost halfway. So anyway, so I'm flipping out. And I'm like, oh my god, I just killed this fish. It's a nice fish. You don't want to kill a nice fish. And I'm going to get penalized for having a dead fish. The fish looked like it was a goner. His eye, like he wasn't moving his eyes. He was just looking out into space. His gills were moving like once every very long time. And I'm like, crap. So as soon as I saw there was no water, I immediately turned the pump on. Started messing with my switches to make sure it was holding water, and it did. It had no problems after it kind of got thawed out. And I'm like, all right, I got to put G-Juice in them. So I measured out my G-Juice, poured it in the live well, shut the lid, went to the front, and started fishing again. Well, 30-40 minutes later, I catch a fish. Okay, now I'm deathly afraid to open this live well because I'm assuming this fish is going to be laying sideways at the top of the water. So I open this thing, I throw my new fish in there, and lo and behold, this thing's sitting perfectly still on the bottom of the live well. As soon as I throw that other fish in there, that thing starts thrashing around. No lie, 30 to 40 minutes later, thrashing around, fully recovered. This fish lived without water for a minimum of 5 minutes, maximum of 10 minutes. Somewhere in between there, that fish was without water for that long on the freaking death's doorstep. I put G-Juice in. This thing sat in the G-Juice for 30 to 40 minutes. And this thing was fully recovered. We fished the rest of the day. We weighed in. We finished second. Awesome. And all of our fish released, and they were all alive. And because I used the TH Marine cull tags, they had no holes in their mouth. You don't want to take my word for it. Go to Instagram and message JF Fishing 18 and ask him how well that fish recovered if we released a live fish by the end of the day. And he will tell you exactly what I'm telling you now. But I don't know how it works, guys. I was, like you, I was skeptical until I needed it. And I used it. And I saw it bring a fish back that was almost dead. And it brought it back to life. So they claim a lot of stuff on the back of here. Relieving stress, removes ammonia, promotes healing, replaces slime coat, adds essential electrolytes. I don't know if it does all that. All I know is I had a 4-pounder sitting out of the water for an extended period of time that was probably going to die. And I put some G-Juice in there. And I knew from that moment on, I looked at Joey like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? I looked at him, and at that point I knew G-Juice was going to be in my boat every time I go out fishing a tournament. And maybe even 2 bottles. I might keep 2 bottles in there. I don't know yet. But try it. It's not expensive. Try a bottle in a tournament. See if you like it. I know it works, and I know it's going to be in my boat. If you have any experiences like mine and you want to share them, put them in the comments below or on Facebook or on Instagram. I'd like to hear your experiences with it and your stories. But give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Your fish will thank you if they could thank you. But I was one of the biggest naysayers to this, and now there's not going to be a tournament I don't have this in my boat. So thanks for checking us out, guys. Make sure you subscribe over there. Stay tuned for more winterizing videos that I'm going to be doing. And check back with us frequently, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.